You guys, so many of you slid into my DMs after my first reel, and honestly, I knew I'd make a part 2, but I just didn't know it would be this soon. So here it is, part 2 of how I got a sponsored job at Deloitte in the UK without a finance background. So as promised, in this part, I'm going to talk more about how I applied, what kind of companies and roles I was applying to, and what I said in the interview that actually made a difference. Okay, so let me break this down properly. Firstly, about how and when I applied. So I didn't do that thing where you send out 200 applications. Like I maybe applied to 10 to 15 roles and they were all very targeted. Another thing is that I generally think the timeline of when you apply for jobs matters a lot. Most people start applying for roles in the second semester. Like people usually take extra modules in the first semester to save some time in Sem 2, but I did the exact opposite. I started applying as soon as uni started, and within a month I actually even got hired at Deloitte. Number 2 is the kind of companies and roles that I went for. So honestly, one of the biggest things was that I was really open and very flexible in terms of where I was applying. As somebody with a business background, I wasn't really targeting some particular roles or companies, but I was really just applying to any company I really liked or that was sponsoring visas. And because I don't come from a finance background, I was intentional about choosing roles that cared more about problem solving and less strict about the technical knowledge. And finally, number 3, about what I said in the interview that actually got me hired. Now I'm going to dive into the details on this in part 3, but just to give you an idea of what I said, throughout the recruitment process, I kept highlighting how open I was to learning and how excited I was to grow into the role. And because I wasn't from a finance background, I made sure to talk about the experience and the skills that I did have. So this was from all the internships that I'd done, the kind of work I'd handled, and how those experiences would still help me succeed in this new space. So I basically focused on showing them how I think, how I learn, and how much my past experiences would help me in this role. That's it for this part, but make sure you're following me for part 3 where I talk more about Deloitte's recruitment process and what I said in the interview. Until then, as always, drop your questions in the comments. Okay, bye!